Hello everyone, I have an announcement to make before we begin today's episode. Well, not an announcement per se, more of a where I've been, I guess you would call it. As you know, I was a student at the University of Miami. It was very hard this last semester trying to find a schedule and quite frankly, trying to find time to record. Now that I graduated, I've just been taking some time off, to enjoy the accomplishment, but now I'm happy to report that I'm back. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be frank and honest with you, open at first. I'm gonna be back kind of periodically because in July I do have some previous engagements to attend to, as well as in August, but I will try my best to be able to put out content for you weekly. So yeah, that's where I've been. And without further ado, let's get into today's episode.
I put my heart in it, dog. Let's go, man. Let's go. We're sticking Boston. We're sticking Boston. MK's on shit. MK's on shit. We're sticking Boston. We're sticking Boston. MK's on shit. MK's on shit.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Through the Eye of the Hurricane. I'm your host, Charlie Boyd. And on today's episode, I'm going to recap the tour of the athletic facility that I was given yesterday by Miami Hurricanes Athletics. Firstly, before we begin the recap, I just want to thank the Miami Hurricanes Athletic staff for their kindness, for their hospitality throughout the whole visit. It was me and my mom going, both of us as well. They were very kind to us both, and I cannot thank them enough. To start, we first walked into the lobby of the Athletic Center, spoke with Miss Alicia, who, if you don't know, it's the Canes, baby. The person that's in the video, that was me trying to do my impression. But we first saw there, then I was taken to our point of contact, which was Leo Ramos, so thank you to him as well. From there, we went everywhere. We went to the equipment office. We went to the famous room, I guess you would call it, where all the recruits take a picture with Mario Cristobal when they sign. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will try to find a picture and maybe put it up after this episode is uploaded so you guys can see what it is. But nothing stood out to me more than being able to walk I believe they call it the Hall of Champions. I wasn't listening exactly. I was starstruck, but I believe it was called the Hall of Champions. There they have all the names that have been drafted into the NFL. For example, you have DJ Dallas, who was up there, Bernie Blades, Al Blades Sr., anybody who was a Hurricane, basically. Braxton Berrios, who was drafted, made it on that wall. So that was surreal. And I will definitely post the pictures on Twitter so you can have a viewing companion if you watch the episode, with my mom's permission, of course. Then they took us into where the Canes All Access building is. Well, not building per se, it was more of a room. But there I got to meet the editing team behind some of the videos you see from there. I also met Josh White, who is a prime factor in the editing team. We also went to the Edgerrin James team meeting room, which I'm not gonna lie, it was a little cramped. Getting a wheelchair in there isn't the easiest, but I enjoyed the room. It's massive, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not doing it justice. Back on the left-hand side, at least from my vantage point, they have a pictures of all the legends that have played Canes football. From Brett Romberg, I believe was there. I couldn't exactly make out the names, just the legends. And I was just in awe of just being in a room where such greatness is appreciated. From there, we went to the athletic training facility where I was able to meet with Vinny Scavo. I was able to pick his brain on a lot of things. Well, not much because he was in a meeting, but as much as I could. So I was very gracious to him for his time. I was also rather able to tour the new Miami football locker room, which is amazing in itself. It's state of the art. Dwayne Johnson donated to it. They have players' names on top of each of their stalls. So I was acting it out like if you were here, but they had players' names on each of their lockers and their position numbers. It was just state of the art. It was wonderful. And then from there, lastly, we went to the Carroll Software Indoor Practice Facility, which it's massive. It's wonderful. I also appreciated the air conditioning because it was fully air conditioned, and getting away from this Miami heat is always a pleasure. So I just enjoyed that. It was wonderful. The whole experience was just wonderful. I mean, I know I've used that word several times, but that's the way I would sum it up. The whole experience was just wonderful, and I'm very thankful. There were some things that I couldn't get in the episode, so let me know if I should do a part 2, or if I covered enough of what you guys wanted me to cover. So with that, I say thank you for watching, and once again, thank you to the Miami Hurricane staff and everyone at the University of Miami for their hospitality tomorrow, and I will see you next week. Go Kids!